Sure, take your time, buddy. Hey crew, welcome to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi, your local light worker. Welcome to another pick a card reading. This one is inspired by a subscriber's request. One of you guys commented on my latest short, which was about what is your ex thinking of you. And the person actually said, I think it was Cat or Cat Ann, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry if I butchered your avatar's name. And she actually suggested that this would be a really good reading to get some more in-depth information, and I just decided I would expand this into an extended pick-a-card reading. So let's flesh out the details of what your ex is thinking about you. Also, happy spring. In Bucharest at the moment, we are celebrating Mărțișor days. Mărțișor is basically the celebration of the 1st of March, which in my culture is considered to be the beginning of spring. Although the weather nowadays has a different plan, of course, but we still like to hold on to this much loved tradition. And we like to give gifts in the shape of a thread that is made with white and red strings tied together. Each year we have arts and crafts fair, and people become increasingly more creative and imaginative with the mărțișors that they are giving each other. There's also a really fun thing called the Old Lady Days. I don't know, I couldn't find a better translation. You could also call it the Hag Days if you want to be a bit more ruthless. Basically, in Romanian, we call them babele, and this means that in between the 1st and the 9th of March, the weather is notoriously very changeable. Things fluctuate from one moment to the next. It's almost like you would have a holiday in the summertime in Edinburgh in Scotland. The weather there was also highly changeable. You could have 3 seasons throughout one day. That's the same kind of thing happening here in Bucharest at the moment. And tradition has it that during this period, you can choose one of the days from the 1st until the 9th as your own special old lady or hag. And according to the day you have chosen, let's say you chose the 3rd of March, and on the 3rd of March, the way the weather is going to be in the morning, that's your past, afternoon is the present, and in the evening is the future. So I'm trying to quickly describe to you this tradition before we get into the pick a card reading itself. Anyway, I just thought I would give you the small introduction. If you want to, you can play along. I chose my old lady day on the 7th of March, so I'm excited to see how the weather changes that day. Feel free to choose one as well. Unfortunately, we already lost the 1st and the 2nd of March, but you can choose any number from between the 3rd until the 9th. If you find it hard to choose a number, just add up the numbers that create your birth date until you actually reach one of the numbers that are to be found between the 3rd and the 9th of March. If you feel like playing along, let me know down in the comments what you have chosen. If you don't feel like playing along, you're here just for the pick a card reading. Great, I'm not going to keep you waiting anymore. So I already pre-selected your tarot and oracle cards. They're always linked in the description box below, the decks that I've been using. Thank you so much to all of you kind and generous souls who have been sending me gifts from my tarot and oracle wish list from Amazon. As you guys know, whenever I receive a gift from you, I love to reward your generosity by taking that gift and including it in a special private reading for yourself. I remain open to personal readings as well in this period, because some of you have emailed me asking if I'm still taking personal readings. Yes, I just finished a bunch of them. Thank you so much for everybody who has ordered with me. I want to introduce to you the options, which are 3 mărțișoare that my mother has been collecting throughout the years. So for group 1, we have here this super sweet polka dot box, and inside of it, well, this is the mărțișor. It's basically a brooch, and it's a clover, a 4-leaf clover for good luck. So that's for group 1. For group 2, this is one of my all-time favorites. Sorry about the tiny cat hairs. You guys know I have a pet cat, Luna, whom I adore. And so this is a velvet seashell. And inside of it, there is this beautiful wooden heart. And you see the traditional mărțișor behind it. And this wooden heart is, I think, the heart of nature. That was the intention of the artist, to portray the heart of nature. It's basically just acrylic on wood. So it's a really sweet wooden piece of jewelry. And then for group 3, we have this really ornate box. And inside of it, it's a more unique Mărțișor. Sometimes you give Mărțișoare as pieces of jewelry. This one is a symbol of a mandala, the flower of life. Perfect geometry, sacred geometry. And this flower of life silver necklace is for group 3. So if you feel drawn to something a bit more classy, not so, you know, not so poppy, not so decorative, maybe something a little bit more chic and elegant, then this is for you, group 3. Whichever choice you make, I hope that it will be one that you are doing with your instinct, with your gut, not with your eyes. I know that it's quite tempting because they're all so adorable. At least I think so too. I hope you will enjoy them too. And if you have made your choice, then I'm not going to keep you waiting, my loves. Let's see what your Mărțișor says about your ex's thoughts about you in this period. Thank you so much for everyone for being part of my crew. I love you all. Let's get to it. Mwah. Hey group 1, hello, welcome to your pick a card reading. I'm so happy you could join us today. So this is for those of you that were drawn to this Mărțișor, the one that has the clover inside. I hope you haven't skipped over the introduction because I explain what a Mărțișor actually is. So following from that specific object, let's see, what is your ex thinking about you in this period? It could be that they might be having some pretty lucky, optimistic thoughts. Let's see the cards that you got. So we have here Judgment, we have the Fool, we have the Queen of Cups, we have Peace, and we see new beginnings, Damiana, the Beloved, we have new beginnings confirmed twice. Okay, wow. And finally, we could be dealing with a Capricorn. Maybe somebody that has a lisp, somebody that finds it very hard to put their feelings into words. Saturn is strongly prominent in the energy between the two of you. Maybe you guys have a Venus, Sun, Saturn aspects in your synastry chart. So basically the combination of both of your natal charts gives us the astrological synastry chart, which shows us how you guys interact with each other. There could be a Venus-Saturn connection there, which means that the connection between the two of you feels fated, karmic, predestined, but it's also heavy, slow, and filled with obstacles. There is a sense of unspoken responsibility that you guys carry towards one another. I'm here to give you some good news in case you're still thinking about your ex. I guess you are, that's why you're here. Because I see that very clearly your beloved thinks of you as somebody that got away from their life, somebody that they would like to renew or rekindle the connection with. Your person hasn't forgotten about you. Their relationship, or the relationship that they had with you, the love that you shared, is still very much present in your beloved's life, yeah? This person still thinks of you. They can't let you go, and that's very true. If this person has very strong Capricorn or Saturn energy in their chart, they can hold on for life and beyond. I mean, Capricorns find it very hard to let go of things, people, objects, experiences that they deem to be very valuable. Capricorns sometimes have this problem that they can't let go even of those very things that harm them. You know, they're very, they stick to things and experiences because whatever they achieve and whatever comes to them, it comes with a lot of effort, you know, and they don't want to throw away something that they invested so much time, commitment, effort, and attention into. But I feel that in this case, the connection actually has been a really positive one for them. It might have been a heavy one for you. I feel that for the majority of you that are here, you could have been the one that could have broken this connection because you wanted somebody who's more expressive. You might have dumped this individual because they might have been too cold, too work obsessed, maybe you didn't understand what they want from you, and this person still thinks about you. They really are in love with you. I would go so far as to say that, because the Queen of Cups shows a woman that somebody is fascinated by, a woman that somebody is emotionally attached to, a woman that's beautiful inside out. She's one of the most beautiful queens. So I feel like you're much more of an artistic, free-spirited type, and this individual is more of a solid, reliable type, but you could have found this person boring or controlling or not expressive enough. And that's why I feel it was you who left this individual, or at least you took some distance. You decided, you know what, this is not working out, this is not moving in a way in which I enjoy it. You could have tried to break away from this person's maybe control or toxic behaviors. This person might have a couple of addictions or maybe some things that they found very hard to let go of. And I feel like you chose your own sanity and your own peace of mind, and you might have decided to back away from this connection. But I'm here to let you know that, you know, with the peace card, with new beginnings, with the beloved, this person still loves you. They want to be with you. They haven't changed their feelings and opinion of you. I feel that the opinion that they might have said that they have of you might not correspond with how they actually feel for you. And that could have been the bone of contention in this situation. But look at this. You guys are made for each other. You're counterparts. It could be that it's a case of opposites attract. So maybe you're the artistic, free-spirited type. You could have a non-conventional profession. You could be a bit eccentric and imaginative. And your person could be the opposite. They could have a very strict 9-to-5 job. They could be working in an environment that is very high-powered, and maybe it requires for them to clock in when they go to work. Maybe they're working with numbers and spreadsheets, and you're all about color and self-expression and dealing with people on a one-to-one basis, while this person might be dealing with, you know, I don't know, numbers, charts, kind of tangible things that could be quite detached emotionally at the same time. So I have a feeling that you guys are quite different. Yeah, we have here red and green, which everybody knows if you have taken any art class. These tend to be opposite colors on the color spectrum, but they are complementary. I feel that this is a beautiful meeting of a person that's quite passionate and emotional, and I feel that is you. And the other individual is very grounded and earthy and sensual. So it could be a connection between an earth sign, maybe not necessarily a Capricorn, because I'm reading here for the vast collective. I do see Saturn here, but this could be a person that maybe is a Sun in Virgo with a Capricorn ascendant or Saturn on the ascendant. And we have here a water sign, a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio woman. And I am gendering them in this way, but feel free to flip them according to your own gender and your own situation. I'm just going by what I see in these cards, okay? So I see that this person has had a sudden realization. They are waking up to the truth of this connection. Maybe the separation from you has given them sufficient time for them to truly dive a bit deeper into their feelings and understand that maybe they need to be a bit more expressive. Maybe you misunderstood them on some level. Maybe they had to be a bit more clear and outspoken about what they have been feeling. I mean, if this person has strong Saturn links with you, they could come across almost like this fatherly, oppressive energy that tells you what to do and how to behave and corrects you all the time. And maybe you just thought, you know what? No, I'm a free spirit. I cannot be contained. I mean, I completely can identify with that, because that would really piss me off as well if somebody were to tell me what to do and how to express myself, you know? So I think that this could have been the problem here in this connection. However, that doesn't mean that whatever is going on at the level of the ego, of the personality struggle between the two of you, invalidates what you guys are feeling on a spiritual level, because the attraction is there. It was somehow astrologically meant for you two to meet and to have this connection. For some of you, I feel that this connection is about to happen, in which case get ready to meet somebody who will provide you with a lot of safety, but might be a bit too controlling, or might try to kind of organize your everyday environment, organize the way you look, what you say, you know, how you behave. I know that a lot of you are going to get very ready to type into the comments that this is a toxic person and how are you encouraging narcissistic disorders. First of all, this role of narcissistic personality disorder has been so easily thrown in the spiritual environment. There are people who have created whole channels based on identifying narcissists. I want you guys to keep in mind that from a spiritual point of view, labeling a person in a certain way doesn't do anything for you. We are meant to understand another person's point of view. Yes, even when that person is narcissistic, even when that person is labeled in a specific way, labeling somebody and then just leaving them at that only serves to separate you from that very thing that you need to heal from. And as you guys know, many times when we judge other people and we have the judgment card, we are separating from an aspect in ourselves that we don't want to admit to. So be very cautious how you throw these labels out there, because they only serve to separate us one from the other. They only serve to eat up at the unity that exists between us and other people. And it's a progress, you know, it's a work in progress, better said. It's a process in which we all tend to come across these moments when we act more egoic and moments when we act more selfless. So give yourself time, try not to be too harsh on yourself, and definitely try not to be too harsh on the other person. I feel like there is something meant to be in this connection, and I feel that there's great potential for love here. And if you're here wondering about your ex, you clearly have some sort of energy still chaining you to this individual, and only like the chains that exist between people, especially the karmic ones, can only be dissolved by love and forgiveness. Nothing else can actually break them. So I feel that in this connection, there will be a new energetic portal opening up, the chance for a new beginning, a fresh cycle. It's a fated energy because we have the Fool here, the first card in the major arcana, and we have the penultimate card in the major arcana, Judgment, which precedes the World. The World is the conclusive one. So success has not yet been attained. The World shows success, but you are one step behind the final card, right? There is still a realization, a shift in the mindset that needs to happen. One of you needs to change their mind, the other one needs to change the way that they put their feelings into words. Once these two things have been achieved, union can happen. Okay, so this could be an extra piece of advice for those of you who feel like you are in a higher order spiritual connection, a twin flame connection. You guys know those are particularly difficult. So I see a lot of peace that will be available to you. And as you guys know, I firmly believe that inner peace is love. Nothing compares on this world with that feeling of belonging, feeling connected to everything around you, feeling like you can breathe, like you're aligned, like you're just plugged into Mother Earth, but also Father Sky. So this is that holistic understanding of I am myself and I am okay, and I am part of the world and the world is okay, and that is paradise. Feeling inner peace, feeling loved, feeling protected and grounded is this connection that you can establish with paradise. Because as you guys know, heaven and hell are not necessarily metaphorical chambers where we end up after we die. These are states inside of ourselves that we tend to carry with us through our daily activities, and we can always manifest them. Think about the hell that another person can instill upon other people if they torture them or kill them, and think about the heaven that we can instill in other people when we tell them that we love them, when we take care of them, when we protect them. Yeah? So these are things that are within our control, because we are faces of the Creator, and the Creator lives inside of us, and we can choose whether we want to manifest acts of creative destruction or acts of creative love and protection and just imagination. So obviously things are not so black and white. There are a lot of gray areas in between, but what I feel very clearly here is that a new beginning is coming in connection with this person. Things have not completed. You will not hear the final word from this person yet, even if you guys have stopped speaking to each other, even if you are living in 2 different territories and you can't see each other, you will still hear from this individual, your Capricorn, Saturnian person, the person that you feel somehow karmically linked to. This person loves you. They haven't forgotten about you. They're thinking about you quite deeply. You are actually the apple of their eye, as you can see here. They're very focused. They're very focused on you. Or rather than an apple, I would say it's more of a pearl. Yeah, a pearl of a girl. And I'm saying girl because I know that the majority of my viewers are women, but take it as it applies. A pearl of a boy as well. So a person that still thinks about you, wants to be with you, expect a new beginning. This is all I had for you, Groupon. I hope you have enjoyed this reading. I hope you have enjoyed your Mărțișor. Play along and choose one of the old lady days, the ones that are left. I hope that you will take great care of yourself. Have a wonderful rest of the spring and see you in my next one. Mwah. Ciao. Hey group 2. Hello my loves. Welcome to your pick a card reading on the topic of what is your ex thinking of you. This is your Mărțișor. This is the velvet seashell for those of you that were drawn to this specific group, and inside of it you see this wooden heart. So I hope you haven't skipped over the introduction in which I described to you guys what Mărțișors actually are and how you can play along with the old lady days. Let me know then in the comments which lady day you have chosen. So let's see the cards. If you're here just for the pick a card reading, let's see the cards. I'm not going to keep you waiting too long. So we have here the wisdom card and number 22. Ooh, already a master number. So this is cooperation, union, collaboration, echinacea, very healing plant, destiny. It's interesting because I just planted some echinacea seeds with this growing full moon cycle. And then we have here duality. Yeah, I'm hearing 2 peas in the same pod, but also opposites attract. It's interesting because group 1 had a similar dual theme. We have here your tarot cards are, you got actually more tarot cards than anyone else. We have the Temperance card, so Sagittarius energy on the table. We have the 8 of Cups. We have the 4 of Cups. And we have the Tower, Mars energy. And you could be dealing with a Cancerian, so a very lunar individual, very moody, very shy, a person that could flip. One moment they're very happy and exuberant, the next moment they're very aloof and they don't want to talk to you. A person that maybe after a drink or 2 shows a different side of their personality than what you have expected, because you guys know that Cancerians repress a lot of their energy. They keep parts of themselves hidden from view, not because they are trying to hide who they really are, but because they're protecting themselves. They're individuals that love to protect, love to keep, love to hold on to things. Yeah, so it could be that this person has a moon on the ascendant, so they're behaving a little bit like a Cancerian, or they might be a full-blown sun in Cancer, moon in Cancer, ascendant in Cancer. So I feel that you might have gone through a painful separation with this person. One of you got bored. They could have taken this connection for granted. And they walked away, even though it was not necessarily something that they wanted to do. We have here the 4 of Cups, which is the card of the hangover. I missed an opportunity. I'm bored. I'd rather just, throw away the opportunity that the divine has been showing me, because why not? I get to do that. So it's a bit of a petty kind of energy. It's not the best card to see in a love reading, to be honest. And the fact that it's sitting next to the 8 of Cups, this is the card of, I don't want to let you go, but I need to. I need to walk away from this because it's harming me, it's harming you. So one of you perceived this connection as some sort of emotionally incompatible relationship, and they pulled the plug on this connection before it could actually unravel. And what initially started as a blessing, as a really fortunate opportunity, I feel like you guys could have hit it off from the start, or you might have been very friendly. You could have discovered that you had a lot of things in common. And then what happened is that boredom, malaise, a feeling of taking things for granted, maybe even rushing a little bit with the development of this connection, ultimately led to a lot of pent-up emotions, a lot of things that were unspoken. And one of you could have just walked away without giving any reasonable, logical explanation as to why they suddenly stopped talking to you. Why did they stop interacting with you? And this is leading to a sort of like intense volcano cauldron type of situation, which means that emotions, instead of being expressed, they are kept within and they're left to fester. There's some resentment building up. There's been I'm kind of picking up a prolonged period of waiting, and it's really driving one of you crazy. It's like, I cannot keep waiting on this. I want to hear the resolution. I want you to tell me what is going on in this connection. Maybe you haven't heard from this person. Maybe they suddenly dropped off the face of earth. They're not answering your phone messages, your texts, your emails, and you are getting a little bit worried. And I think that there is going to be some sort of truth that comes towards you in a pretty shocking way. Maybe out of the blue, this person is going to call you and they will tell you, stop messaging me all the time. I have been sick. I am depressed, or something of that nature. The reaction is going to be highly emotional. So I want you to get mentally ready for this altercation. Ultimately, what I think is happening here is that one of you entered this connection with the unconscious need to heal something that kept triggering them. So the trigger is going to happen again, but then it will be immediately followed by an aha moment. Now I understand why this pattern in love is happening. Now I am becoming more aware of where I am pushing things too much, or where I am being a bit too, oppressive with my partner. Now I understand the type of partner that I keep attracting in my life. You will extract a lot of healing and wisdom from this connection. How your ex is feeling about you, they're feeling frustrated. I feel like this is the energy. They're frustrated, they are upset. You could have said something that for you, in your eyes, it might have been just a very small thing, but because this person is so sensitive, they took it the wrong way. And now, instead of actually doing the mature thing and confronting you and saying, look, I'm really sad by what you said to me, let's talk about this, I feel like they're keeping this inside, and it's driving you a little bit crazy because you want to understand what's going on with them. So I feel there's a mismatch here. Maybe this is a connection between an air sign and a water sign. One of you is more logical, enjoys communication, thinks that they can solve every problem in their connection by talking about their feelings, while the other one doesn't want to just talk about their feelings, assumes that you should just be able to pick up on their energy and figure out on your own what the problem actually is. So they want you to correct your behavior without telling you upright, hey, look, this is what bothered me. I would say it's a little bit of an immature behavior, but I'm trying not to judge the situation because I know personally I have been at both ends of the situation in my life. I know as a water sign it's very hard for me as well sometimes to put my feelings into words, so I'm not going to judge this individual. I just think it's an incompatible connection. You guys are mismatched astrologically, but there could be at least one point of attraction in your charts that keeps you guessing and keeps you coming and feeling quite attracted to each other. So I would say that, for example, maybe one of you is an air sign, the other one of you is a water sign, and one of you feels attracted by how the other person is super emotional and artistic and imaginative, and the other one is attracted by the logical, reasonable aspects of the corresponding air sign. But ultimately, these differences, instead of actually bringing you closer and bringing you both to a point of attraction and reconciliation, I think it's just serving to divide you guys. And I think that the reason for this is that you're not really meant to be with your ex. So different from group one, who had a completely different story, you're not really meant to be with your ex. This is your confirmation. If you have been looking for some sort of closure, I'm here to let you know that the reasons why your ex left you are deeply emotional and tied into their own paper-thin sensitivity. This is a person that really needs to kind of expose themselves to more the situations that are emotionally difficult or that require them to do emotional work so that they grow a little bit in their emotional strength, because I don't think that this is a very emotionally strong person, and this is exactly what could piss you off and why you could feel like this whole connection, which started off so well, is now on this downfall slide towards a blowout, an emotional outburst. I would say preempt this Mars energy and try to back away from sending this person any more texts or messages or trying to call them. If they are not replying, just give them time, let them come to you. You're getting your closure and clarity from this reading anyway, so I hope that you won't feel the need to just press on to this person, because you might get a really nasty response, I feel that it's actually quite a blessing for you, group 2, the fact that you're no longer together with this person. It was a destined meeting, but it was one that was meant to help you extract wisdom, and not the goal of this connection is not for you two to be together and get married and have a child. This is just a lesson. I feel that some of you that are here, you might have Venus conjunct Saturn, or maybe Venus conjunct Saturn by transit, if not natally, Venus in Capricorn, Venus-Pluto aspects at the moment, or a square between Venus and Mars. And this situation is just meant to help you understand something deeper about yourself, your own nature, your own character. This is not about the other person, but this is about you. Okay, group 2? So see the separation as God's protection. See it as a blessing in disguise. I know it could really irk you, the fact that things didn't work out as beautifully as they began. I can understand the disappointment. It might be that you guys have Neptune placements in the synastry, so the more you try to understand that person, the more you dive deeper into this well of unknown and confusion. And the other person could be unfairly projecting onto you some issues with their ex or somebody else that they have loved in their past, maybe a mother figure that you resemble them. So I don't think that this is about you, definitely. I think that this lesson is meant to help you grow through strife. And I think that this is also an opportunity for this individual to mature a little bit emotionally, to understand the blessings that they are given and how they are throwing them away. It could be that at a later point, maybe during a Mercury retrograde, this person could return to have that conversation with you, the one you've been waiting for such a long time. But I think by that point you will have already moved on to something better. You're wrapping up a cycle, a pattern with this individual, and you're breaking out of it. Echinacea is such a healing plant. It strengthens the immune system. So I think that through strife you are strengthened in your resolve to cut with an emotional pattern. And this individual, in a very bizarre way, in an uncomfortable way, is actually doing you a favor, because it's showing you the type of people you shouldn't commit to, what you shouldn't put up with, and that there is wisdom to be extracted from the pain of being rejected or cast to the side. Okay, so see this opportunity as something that you can grow out of. You chose the velvet shell, which is one of my favorite ones as well. And you know that the pearl inside the shell is created when sand pierces through the shell and irritates its soft skin. Without the irritation, the pearl would not be created. Keep that in mind. Without you going through difficult experiences in love, you wouldn't transform in the beautiful pearl that you are becoming. Okay? So please don't see this as God hates me and I always attract this kind of people. That's a very egoic way of looking at your relational opportunities so far in this life. See this opportunity as something that is helping you grow, learn from it, move on to the next thing. Because I see here with number 22 that you're reaching for the stars in your next connection, and you're gonna be glad a couple of years down the line, with the beautiful benefit of hindsight and this wise perspective, you're gonna be glad that you haven't stuck with this person who is not even giving you the time of day. Yeah. Okay, I believe in your group too. I hope you have enjoyed this reading. Let me know down in the comments if it resonates. Let me know if you're playing along with the old hag or the old lady Mărțișor days. Yeah, tell me what number you have chosen. Anyway, if you're just here for the reading, I hope this was clear enough. I hope to see you in my next one. Take great care of yourselves, okay? Bye. Hey group 3, hello darlings, welcome to a pick a card reading that is Mărțișor themed. I hope you haven't skipped over the introduction. I explained what a Mărțișor is. Go and listen to it. So this is for those of you that were drawn to this box, and inside of it you see a silver pendant with sacred geometry, the tree of life, or the flower of life, better said. A tree, flower, interesting. Something could be blooming in this connection. Let's see the cards that you got. So we have here the full moon power. Whoa. This is Hecate energy, the goddess of witchcraft. Okay, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. Shisandra or Skisandra. And the keyword here is grace. And we see Jupiter and Venus. Your tarot cards are the Queen of Coins, the Five of Cups, the Six of Wands. Okay, good. We also have here Death. And you could be dealing with, I almost dropped a card. Maybe this person tried to drop you. What's happening here? Give me a second. So I see you might be dealing with a Libra or a Taurus, a Venusian, somebody that could have Venus conjunct their sun or Venus on the ascendant. This is a highly indulgent individual, a person that has lots of options, a person that could be incredibly attractive and might have broken your heart. I feel that different from group 1. Sorry, I had to interrupt the video because there was this police alarm that was just grating on my nerves. So there is something here about sensitivity, interruptions in your connection. It could have been that you might have suspected some sexual jealousy could have been involved in the demise of your connection. You might have suspected your person of engaging in romantic connections with other people behind your back. You might have found out that that was true, and this could have led to the separation between the two of you. Your person, what are they feeling towards you right now? They feel that you are far more powerful than they are, or that they could be. That's kind of what I was getting, two things at the same time. So they thought you were powerful and intimidating back then when you guys were connected, but also right now they see the full extent of your power. You could be a tarot reader, you could be an astrologer, a spiritual teacher. I'm getting incredibly hot and flushed in my cheeks for some bizarre reason. They think you're very hot, like literally hot. I'm guessing that this person could still touch themselves thinking of you, but it's almost like they admire you, they see your power, but they don't want to tell you, almost like they don't want to give you more power. What? It's such a nasty way of behaving. It's so petty. It's kind of like they want to be the ones that are adored. This could be a very intense Venus-Pluto connection, or Venus and Scorpio attracted to a Venus in Taurus. One of you thinks that they are like the hottest thing around, and the other one could be more subtly beautiful, not so in your face beautiful, you know, Angelina Jolie style. But I feel like your beauty has to deal with the life experiences that you have been through, your soul. Like, I feel like your soul radiates so beautifully out of your skin. It's not about necessarily how you look physically. I think physically you look okay, you know. But I think that this person is kind of like more the traditional beautiful type, you know, that poster girl, poster boy, model-esque kind of chiseled features, blah, blah, bullshit, while you have an unconventional beauty. And this person feels like they're in some sort of competition with you. Your ex feels like they compete with you. In some cases, this is a connection between two women, and there could be some sort of like jealousy or envy regarding what the other one has and what the other one hasn't. But one of you is definitely more powerful, that's you, and your ex thinks that you could have the power to destroy them if you wanted to. I see that you are somehow blessed by the divine. In spite of the fact that this person could think that they are more beautiful than you or more attractive, There is something incredibly magical about your energy. You're more parental, you're more motherly if you're a woman, or fatherly if you're a man. It's kind of like people flock to you for advice, for your experience. People see that you have been through tough experiences in life, that you suffered and came out of it unscathed, that you have something to share with the masses. They come to you for your wisdom, for your skills, for your power. While people tend to be attracted mostly on a superficial level to your ex. And your ex, while thinking or saying to you on the surface that maybe they did that, or maybe they just thought that I'm better looking than you are, they actually suffer from the anxiety of not really knowing who they are on the inside, because people might have treated them all throughout their lives like, well, you're just a pretty face. You don't need anything else, you know? All doors open for you if you're pretty enough. But it left this person spiritually malnourished because they didn't spend as much time as you had to focusing on your inner world, figuring out who you are beyond your skin, beyond your physical features. Good on you, group 3. I'm so happy you're part of my crew. So what does this person want with you right now? They want to end something between the two of you. It's almost like they want to cut a cord. They are afraid that you have unfairly courted them or courted them, trying to, declinate that verb. They could be feeling like you're doing some sort of black magic against them. It could be that this person is at the moment getting some karma for how they treated you, because I have a feeling that they might have been the ones that they left. So they left you and you caught them cheating on you or flirting with other people. Or texting, sexting even with other people. And this individual right now could be in a position in which they are the ones that they are being cheated on. And they see this not necessarily as a consequence of their own shadow self acting up in their life. They see it as you are casting spells upon them. Oh, it's your fault. So they're projecting their own issues onto you. When in reality what's happening is they're getting their karma for how they have treated people in the past, if they have acted with indifference and malice towards you. If not, I just feel like this person just wants to have a clean break, a clean cut from you. Something has to die between the two of you. The situation as it is, the energy is not okay. It's not helping you grow, it's not helping them grow. I feel that there are some issues here regarding money. There could be some debts between the two of you. In some cases, it could be that you met this person at work. This could be a coworker or a client of yours. And there is this sensitive issue of, we crossed the boundaries at work. How do we go back now that we separated? How do we go back to maintaining a connection that should be professional? One of you has a lot of money and the other one is not so well off. There are some problems here. There is a power imbalance between the two of you. One of you could come from a wealthy family while the other one has to hustle, has to struggle to make ends meet. And there is definitely a problem here with low self-esteem compared to high self-esteem. One of you thinks that they are the hottest shit ever. Sorry for my language. While the other one is pinching pennies in terms of the compliments that they get, or how they feel that they look, or how sexy they feel that they are. You see, one of them is wearing a tiara and her hair is all done and curled up. She's wearing this really fancy robe and she has the coin, while the other one is wearing a more modest scarf. Her hair looks a bit greasy from maybe stress. We would assume that she's stressed out, and she's pinching pennies, and she seems to have run out from a lot of her material resources. So envy is the problem here in this connection. Your ex is envious on you. And I think that paradoxically, they are the ones that when the separation happened between the two of you, they are the ones that actually walked out of this connection victoriously. They might have been the ones who dropped you. They could have been the ones that you thought, oh, they're going to get back with somebody very quickly because look at how they look. But in reality, you're the powerful one. The irony, right? You're the powerful one. You're the one that actually has been through the suffering, and actually you have the real strength. You have this utmost power. You are the one that people see as a mentor, a teacher, a guide, somebody that they can come and ask sound advice from. Well, this person is just being treated at face value, because I think that on some level this is how they relate to other people too. There's a certain superficiality here. Leo energy. The Six of Wands talks about a victory, a small victory. So you might hear something from the grapevine or skim the social media accounts of your ex and find out that they're not doing as good as you thought they are, that they might be in a connection where another very attractive or equally attractive partner could be cheating on them. And this could give you a small moment of satisfaction. It could equalize the energy between the two of you. It could make you feel like, okay, I feel like divine justice has come into place. So, although I don't necessarily approve of these moments, I can tell you, we're all human. We all kind of feel this sense of gloating when we see that somebody that harmed us is actually not doing so well, because we see that divine karma is at play. Obviously, it's not something to be proud of. Feel it for 2 moments and then let it go, because this is not something that will do your soul good in the long run. But I see that eventually you're going to rise into more financial wealth, into more spiritual power. I see that you're touched by the divine, and you should continue doing the work that you are doing at the moment. I feel the majority of you I'm reading here for, especially for you, group 3, are a group of spiritual teachers, tarot readers, and astrologers. So keep, sharing your gifts with the world, keep tending to your craft, and let go of this individual. This has just been a kind of like a fatal attraction that as soon as it began, I feel like it burned down equally fast. And it just taught you a little bit about, not taking a book by its cover and not judging things at face value, because it could be sometimes that some of the most beautiful people have the most rotten personalities, for lack of a better word. It's not the case with all of them. There are some beautiful people who are intelligent and beautiful on the inside as well. But I just think that in this case, this person is lacking in that soul department, to be honest. So I would say count your blessings. I feel like my cheeks are so red in your reading. I'm not sure why. Maybe you're feeling slightly shamed, or I would say that shy, shamed. You shouldn't feel ashamed. You have got nothing to feel ashamed about, Sometimes, you win some, you lose some. And I think in this case, much like with group 2, it's a blessing. What happened, it's a blessing. You will have, for the suffering you have had in this emotional connection, the mental anguish of maybe finding out that you're betrayed or cheated upon, it will manifest into a spiritual gift, maybe more friends, more people that help you, or into a financial boon. So you're going to get more money, you're going to get help with your work. This usually happens. There's a balance that is struck in situations like these. So relish in your wins. Let go of this individual, send them love and light after you gloat a little bit if they're going through some sort of problems. As I said, I don't recommend that, but what's human is human, right, guys? So we need to be open about our defects and our lack of perfection, because that's the best way to deal with our shadow self, rather than just to repress it and to think, no, I never feel that, I'm holier than thou. That's a one-way ticket to destroying a lot of important things in your life and separating yourself from your own true self and your spiritual connection to the divine. So I hope you have enjoyed this reading. I hope it was clear enough. I hope you played along with the Mărțișor. Let me know down in the comment if you have chosen any of the Babe. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm kind of rushing because there's not that much daylight here in my place. Take great care of yourself and see you in my next one, okay? Ciao.